I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Thursday, August the 25th, 2016. A heightened security alert that had been initiated in southern Israel yesterday has been removed. Police had kept the 8-hour high alert in place amid terror warnings in the area. They increased their police presence and closed a number of roads and set up several roadblocks. However, late last night, Israel police announced that they had downgraded the threat level and that things had returned to normal. It is unclear what exactly the terror threat was. Jonathan Pollard's attorney announced on Tuesday that he would file an appeal to a recent decision made by the Manhattan District Court regarding strict parole conditions imposed on his client. As we reported to you on August the 12th, a Manhattan District Court ruled that the conditions of parole placed on Pollard upon his recent release were rational. Those terms include restrictions on Pollard's leaving his home and computer use, as well as wearing a GPS tracking device. The Jerusalem Post reported that Pollard's attorney, Elliot Lauer, said he would appeal, that the requirements are arbitrary, and that Pollard poses no security risk. In 1986, Jonathan Pollard pled guilty to conspiracy to commit espionage for Israel. He was released from federal prison last November after serving 30 years of a life sentence. French Jewish fashion icon Sonia Rykiel has died. The veteran fashion designer was known as the Queen of Knitwear, a pioneer in the industry. She died this morning at the age of 86 after a long battle with Parkinson's disease. Rykiel is survived by 2 children. And an icon of the Jewish community in the U.S. and Israel passed away. Rebbetzin Esker Jungreis was a survivor of the Bergen-Belsen concentration camp. She later moved to the U.S. with her family and settled in New York, where she founded the Jewish outreach organization Hineni. She was known for her outreach and was a lecturer and author. Jungreis died Tuesday at the age of 80. She's survived by 4 children and a number of grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Limud FSU inaugurated an exhibition in Moscow on the life of Nobel laureate and Holocaust survivor Elie Wiesel this week. The Jewish organization working in the former Soviet Union launched the exhibition yesterday, titled Elie Wiesel from Siget to Moscow via France and Israel at the Israeli Cultural Center in the capital. Wiesel died last month in New York at the age of 87. Limud FSU founder Chaim Chesler said it's fitting that Elie Wiesel is being honored in Moscow by the very people he helped free 50 years after writing The Jews of Silence. Chesler said his memory will serve as an inspiration and a symbol of our triumph. Well, after a number of days of digging, 2 explorers in Poland say they have not found the legendary Nazi gold train. The Associated Press reports that German Andreas Richter and Pole Piotr Koper have been extensively working with heavy equipment at a site near rail tracks at a locale in southwestern Poland, believed to be hiding the train in a tunnel. The train, as we reported to you last week, is believed to have been hidden by the Nazis as they fled Poland in 1945 and filled with gold and valuables stolen from Holocaust victims. But the 2 explorers said yesterday that they have found no train and no tunnel. An Israeli delegation of aid workers is heading to Louisiana this weekend. The Israel International Aid Organization, IsraAid, is sending a group of 8 to assist the people affected by the devastating flooding in Baton Rouge, which has killed over a dozen people and forced tens of thousands from their homes in what is considered to be the worst natural disaster to hit the U.S. since Hurricane Sandy. And taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Thursday, August the 25th. At 7 o'clock, Talmud study with Rabbi Mordechai Becker. At 8 o'clock, Education Director of the LGBTQ Initiative Sojourn, Rabbi Medwed, speaks from Limud, New York 2016. At 9, JBS remembers Israeli hero Joe Abudi, who was a 20-year-old member of the elite Palmach during the 1948 War of Independence. At 10, Jewish historian and author Ken Spiro gives a presentation on anti-Semitism at the Fifth Avenue Synagogue in New York. And coming up right after this newscast tonight, it's In the News with Mark Golub. And that's the JBS News Update for Thursday, August the 25th, 2016. I'm Teisha Bader.